Hi everyone, my name's Lisa Loveday and I'm a yoga teacher in Las Vegas, Nevada. I teach for Yoga Haven. They're a wonderful nonprofit organization here in Las Vegas, Nevada that helps to bring free yoga to the community, to underserved populations. So if you're interested in checking them out, go to www.yogahaven.org. We'll post a link wherever you're seeing this content. You can check out the link and visit their website. And if you have anything to spare in this time, you can always give them a donation because they do great work. We team up to do great work in the community and help a lot of people who can benefit from yoga in times like right now where things are a little different and everyone is self-isolating and quarantining at home. We're teaming up, the teachers and the program director of Yoga Haven and the founders, we're all teaming up to provide free yoga assets, free yoga classes and materials and content to our community. So, we just want to serve humanity right now. We just want to help. So, yeah, feel free to check them out. Even if you don't have anything to give right now, they're just a good organization to be familiar with and be aware of. And I want to give a shout out to my students at RCC. Just know that I'm thinking of you all. I was going to say your names, but then I thought it's probably best that I don't name you personally just because of privacy reasons. And I want to honor and respect your privacy online, of course, but just know that I'm thinking of all of you. And when this all blows over, I hope that we can all do yoga again together soon. Yeah, so I'm outside, and I hope you can find a nice, calming, chill, relaxing spot for yourself where you can sit and maybe do some breathing and meditation exercises with me. I want to start this video with some deep breathing exercises and some meditation, and then we'll do that while I have the wired lapel mic on, and then after we get through that part, when we move into the asanas and the postures, I'll just switch to voiceover mode. This breathing practice is called Pranayama, and it means breath control, or some say breath liberation, but it's kind of directing and controlling and working with or playing with the life force energy within the body via the airways, the lungs, the breath. So, toning the lungs is a good idea, really, for anybody at any time, probably, but especially now when, we're facing a virus that attacks the lungs. So I feel like pranayama is just a smart thing to do right now if you're in a zone that's, safely distanced from others, maybe outside in nature or somewhere just in a safe, clean room and space. Pranayama. Let's do some pranayama. Sit up nice and tall. You can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Start to center in into your body and just focus on your breath. Focus on your breath. Direct your attention and awareness inward. See if you can breathe in through the nose, out through the nose with the lips sealed. You can close the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. Or you can half close or blink the eyes, slowly close and open. So just do whatever feels best for you as you continue to breathe deeply. Keep lifting your heart. Maybe you want to roll your shoulders slightly so you can feel your heart pushing up and out, almost like it's pushing up and out of your chest. Keep lifting your heart, grounding down through your sit bones, lengthening up through your spine as you breathe. The hand that's resting down on your belly, let that hand puff out So as you fill your belly with air, the hand, you can feel it float up and out like a balloon is inflating inside your belly. Breathing into the diaphragm. And then as you exhale, you'll feel the hand and the belly pull in towards the spine to press out all that air. And then inhale. Make lots of space to bring air in. Exhale. Compress the space and let out all the air. And then on the next couple of inhales and exhales, we'll do a little bit of breath retention. So we'll inhale and hold the breath. Take a big, deep inhale and hold. And a nice, long, slow exhale. Belly button pulls in toward the spine, letting out all your air, and hold at the bottom here. And we'll go ahead and drop the hands onto the lap. We'll take a few cleansing, clearing breaths here at your own breath rhythm. Another big, deep breath. All right, now let's bring the hands to the heart center. Take another deep breath in and lift the hands up high. And then we'll exhale and lower the arms. Inhale and exhale. And we'll just turn this into a little flow with some nice big yogi arm circles. Tying the movement in with the breath. Inhale, exhale. And then we'll reverse the direction. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Reach, reach, reach. Maybe look up with the gaze. Slight arc to the spine. Arching back if you can. On this exhale, we'll lift the hands. Keep reaching through the spine, through the fingertips. We'll circle the palms and fingertips. So I know you can't see, but I'm just circling palms, fingertips up ahead, up above my head. So that was a lion's breath. So we'll move to opening and closing the hands, palms. Again, you can't see, but I'm doing that up here. Take a big, deep inhale. Exhale. Lion's breath. Inhale. Air passing in this way over the thyroid gland is beneficial to the thyroid gland. So Hashimoto's, Graves' disease, hypothyroid, hyperthyroid, all this can be balanced with this type of breath. Inhale, exhale. One more time, big deep inhale, exhale. All right, circling again, circling the palms and hands. We'll take them down, rest down in the lap. And now we'll do a few of our seated cat-cows, seated Bidalasanas. So inhale, arch the spine forward. Maybe look up with the gaze. Exhale, round the spine. Keep the hands anchored on the knees. Round back. Look down at your navel. Inhale, arch forward. Exhale, round back. Inhale, forward. I'm looking at a beautiful sky right now. I just want to show you. I don't know if you can see that. That is something else. Exhale. Okay, now let's take that into a few of our big controlled circles. Heart-centered circles. Reverse the direction if you haven't already. Now we'll come on back to center. We'll rock back and forth on the sit bones to feel nice and grounded and supported by the earth. Sitting up nice and tall. Take a big deep breath. Bring the hands to the heart center. Focus the attention inward. If you carry any tension in your face, you can roll through your jaw to release that tension in the facial muscles. You can tuck the chin into the chest and roll ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. If you're comfortable through your neck, you can take that all the way around in a circle. Easy on your neck. Now we'll imagine there's a string pulling the crown of the head towards the sky. We'll scrunch everything in towards the center and then expand. Scrunch and squeeze everything into the center and expand outward. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. We'll roll through the wrists here. We're doing this to relieve tension through the neck and shoulders and to get the wrists ready for further work. Bring the hands up to the sky, slight arc back through the spine, lower the hands down. And now let's rock forward onto the hands and move into this tabletop pose. We'll begin our cat-cows, warming up through the spine. Inhale to arch, exhale to round. Press the back of the heart up toward the sky. Now we'll move into our flowing wave-like motion, moving between hanging out with the heart center up between the thumbs and rocking the sit bones back toward the heels. I just saw something over here I wanted to show you. It was a lizard in my backyard. In honor of the lizard, we're going to do lizard pose a little later. Coming back to tabletop pose, we'll continue with our wave-like motion, moving down towards our child's pose. When we rock forward, we'll hang out here, letting the upper body bear some weight, like a modified plank pose. Exhaling, we'll rock back to child's. Inhaling forward. Bringing the legs together, zipping up like a mermaid tail. We can lift the knees off the ground. Coming into our first upward facing dog. And we'll exhale back and settle into a child's pose. You can widen out the stance if that makes it more comfortable for you. You can modify the child's pose by lifting up the hips. You can stack your hands under your forehead like a pillow and lift the hips if that helps you feel more comfortable in this pose. There's lots of ways to modify it so you can feel calm and safe and supported in whichever version of child's pose you choose to do. Now we'll rise back on up to
a tabletop pose. We'll go ahead and tuck the toes and lift the heart. Inhale and exhale, press up into downward facing dog. Here we can pedal it out, bending into one knee and then the other, pressing one heel down towards the earth and then the other. Breathing deeply. You can move your head all around, shake your head yes and no, roll through your neck, sway your body side to side. Now let's tilt the body forward. Hang out here in this plank pose. Press the heels back towards the wall behind you. And then we'll press back into downward facing dog once again. Pedal it out. Open up through the hamstrings, the backs of the legs. And now we'll sink back down into our upward facing dog. And then we'll go back to tabletop and circle the upper body and torso. Great big, slow and controlled, heart-centered circles. Warming up through the spine. Lift the right leg up and back and circle through the right hip, just to open up through the hips. And we'll do the same thing on the other side, circling, rolling through that hip joint. Back to center. Round the spine, arch the spine, tuck the toes, press back to downward dog. Pedaling down dog, pedal it out. And we'll go ahead and lift the right leg up and back and circle through the hip. If this feels like too much, you can stay lower to the ground and repeat the hip circles that we did before, lower to the ground. This time we'll tuck the knee into the nose and lift. We'll sink back down to child's pose to rest. Start to sway side to side in child's pose. Lift the face off the mat and widen out through the stance of the legs. Really wide through the legs. Outer edges of the calves reaching to the outer edges of the yoga mat. Press back up into a wide-legged downward facing dog. Even step the feet wider than the mat. Push the heart center back. Inhale, rock forward, come onto the toes. Exhale, tilt back, and we'll begin some big circles. Inhale to circle forward. Exhale to go back. Reverse the direction. It's a full body workout. Press back through center. Inhale and lift the right arm. Reach it under the body, across the body, and grasp the outer edge of the left ankle. Breathe here. Back to center. Lift the left arm. Exhale, reach under the body, across the body, and grasp the outer edge of the right ankle. Subtle spinal twist here. Back to center. Inhale to tilt forward. Engage the core. Exhale, press back. Inhale, tilt forward. Exhale, press back. And this time we'll walk the hands back, coming into a hanging forward bend with wide legs. Sway side to side. If you have dogs beneath you, you can pet the dogs. When we're ready to come up, we'll bring hands to the sides and lift the hands all the way up above the head. Slight arc to the spine. And we'll begin to sway from side to side, letting the hands tap the sides of the body. Inhale and lift. Exhale and fold forward, hinging at the hips. Bring the fingertips down in front of the body, under the shoulders, and sway the body side to side. We use the fingertips as a pivot point to turn on the mat, getting really wide through the stance of the legs, angling toes out and heels in. We'll start to bend into one knee and then the other and walk the hands across from one side to the other. Inhaling through center, exhaling to bend down. When we get to one side, we'll hang out at that side, maybe just bringing slight subtle movement in through the joints. We can start to lift the toes on the extended leg, balance on the ball of the grounded foot, and bring the hands to the heart, find our balance. We can raise the outer hand, draw it in circles to bring circulation to the shoulder joint. Walk it across when you're ready to move again. Repeat on the other side. Circling through that top arm, turning the heart center and rib cage up towards the sky. Balance with the hands at the heart. Stay and breathe. Hands back down on the mat. Lift the hips back up. Hanging forward bend with wide legs. Hands under the shoulders, extend the spine forward. Halfway lift. I turned on the mat to show you what it looks like from the side. Now we'll bring hands around to grasp the outer edges of calves or ankles. I turn back, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. You can take the peace fingers and grasp the big toes. Self-adjust your stance by toe heeling your feet in and out as needed. We'll inhale, bring the hands up high overhead. Exhale. Let's bring the hands into the goddess pose. Roll through the wrists. Inhale, lift the hands up high overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. We'll sway the hips from side to side, checking in with the lower back, circling the hips in both directions. Inhale and lift. Exhale, fold forward. This time we'll turn to one side, both feet facing forward. We'll rock through the ball of the back foot, opening up through the hips. Drop the back knee. And walk the hands back, lift the toes on the front leg, and start bowing forward over that front leg. If possible, if it feels right, you can sit back on the back foot, maybe arch the spine back, and then fold or bow forward over the front leg. Walk the hands back to front, framing the front facing foot. Grounding down through the front foot, we'll inhale and lift the hands up high overhead. We'll twist to the inside of that front knee. Open up through the hands, circle that top outer hand. And we'll bring both hands to the inside of the front facing foot. Now we'll lift the inner hand and place it on the knee. Expand, open, and circle through the arm. Both hands to the inside of the front facing foot. We'll hang out here. Moving towards our lizard pose. You can stay here if that's enough for you. If you want a little more, you can lower down onto the forearms. Clasp the hands. Let go of tension in the back of the neck. Try to keep the knee at 90 degrees. Now we'll walk toe heel, the foot across the mat so the shin is parallel to the top of the mat. Hands are wide. You can start to lower down the upper body. Feel that stretch in the piriformis. You can inhale and lift, arch back, exhale and lower down. Stretch through the outer hip. Try to keep the hips square. Don't let your hips come up. Try to square the hips. Yes, keep the hips square. And see if you can maybe melt down a little further. Stay and breathe. When you're ready, press yourself back up. We'll lift that back leg, circle it around a few times. Intuitive movement. And we'll come back to center with wide legs, swaying the hips from side to side. And then we'll walk the hands across to the other side. Both feet turn to face forward. Repeating on the other side, rocking through the ball of the back foot. Opening up through the hips. Drop the back knee, walk the hands back, lift the toes on that front leg. Sway the hips from side to side. Again, rocking through ball of the foot. Drop the back knee, walk the hands back. Lift the toes, start to bow over that front leg like a runner stretch. You can sit back on the back ankle, arch the spine back. Inhale, exhale, walk forward, fold forward, bow over the front leg. If it feels better for you, you can anchor on the foot. Walk the hands forward again, framing the front facing foot. Lift the upper body, torso, the hands, slight arch through the spine. Twist to the inside of that front knee. Open up the hands if you like. Circle through the top arm, circulation through the shoulder. Bring both hands to the inside of the front facing foot. It's the beginning of lizard pose. You can stay here. Or as an option, you can lower yourself down onto the forearms. You might notice one side feels different than the other. Rising back up, you can press the knee out to one side. Expand the spine back and out. Circle through that top arm. You can again lower down into lizard pose. Try to keep the knee at 90 degrees. Wide through the hands, we'll toe heel the foot across towards the top of the mat. Try to keep the shin parallel to the top of the mat and the hips square. The shin might need to come in towards the groin a little more. You can arch the spine back. That can feel really nice here as you get ready to melt down into your pigeon pose. Nice and slow, take it easy, lower yourself down just to the point where it feels appropriate for your body. No need to push, no need to force. Stay and breathe. When we're ready to move again, we'll slide the forearms back, press into the hands, send the front leg up and back, lift it up behind us, circle it around, and then lower down, coming back to sitting on the heels, hands to the heart. We'll inhale and lift the hands up high overhead, exhale, tabletop, and press right back to downward facing dog. And with an inhale, we'll jump forward into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward and pedal it out. Inhale, hands to the sides, lift up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward, come back to the halfway lift, and then lower the hands down and jump back. Lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Inhale, hop forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay for about 5 breaths. Big, deep yogi breaths. You empty your breath, exhale, look up between the thumbs, inhale and hop forward to your halfway lift, exhale to fold forward, inhale, reverse the swan dive, rise up, exhale, hands to the heart, inhale, lift up, exhale, step the left leg back, turn the toes inward toward the midline. Square the hips, inhale, lift up high, exhale, lower the hips down, bend into that front knee. Warrior 1. Open up the arms to the inside, coming into your Warrior 2. Flip the front palm, arc over the side, back hand supports you on the back leg. Power of touch, opening up through the side body. And then reverse it. Forearm supports you on the top of that bent knee thigh. Looking up with the gaze, you can circle through the top arm, lower down onto the fingertips, or the palm of that bottom hand if you like. Extended side angle pose. And we'll rise back up to our Warrior 2. And wheel down. Hands frame the front foot. Come on into a plank pose. Engage at the core. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, hop forward to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Step the right foot back. Square the hips forward. Lift the hands up high. Exhale, sink down into that front knee, warrior one. Breathe here for a while. On an exhale, open up to the inside, finding your warrior two. Energy through to the outer edge of that back foot. Looking out over the center of the front hand. And then we'll arc back hand supporting us, opening up through the side body. Stretching those intercostal muscles between the ribs. And draw the arm in circles if you like, and we'll take it around to the other side. Forearm supporting us on the top of that thigh. Lowering down. Extended side angle, Utthita Parvasvokhanasana. And then we'll come on into our warrior two. And pinwheel down. High plank pose, Savasana. And we'll transition that into our vinyasa. This time we'll just lower down into child's pose. Breathing, meditating, finding that safe, quiet space. Rising back up to a kneeling position. You can turn on your mat so you can use more the length of your mat. Extend the right leg out to the side. You can either have your foot parallel to the mat or you can lift the toes. So do whichever feels more comfortable and easy for your body. We'll inhale and lift the hands up high overhead. Exhale and lean towards that extended leg. Feeling the stretch through the side body. Grasp the hands together if you can, and we'll lower that hand that's closest to the leg onto the side of the shin. You can play with lifting the toes. And then we'll return to center. An easy way to do that is to lower the hands down. Press yourself back up to kneeling. Remember your breath. Keep the breath moving through the body. Then we'll extend left leg out. Hands to the heart. Inhale and lift the hands up high. Exhale. And start to lean over to one side toward the leg. Lower the hand down when you're ready for that support. And lift the toes if that feels better. Spread the ribs. Look up with the gaze. And gently return to center. We'll turn again on the mat with the hands remaining on the hips, thumbs pressing into the sacrum, the lower back. Press the hips forward and start to Drop back, arch through the spine. Breathe. Come on back up. Feet and legs are hips distance apart. Grasp the hands and arch back, and then lower one hand down to the heel and the other hand down to the heel. Coming into our camel, press the hips forward. Ustrasana. Breathe. Rising up with one hand and then the other. Hands back onto the hips. We'll lower the hands down, come back to tabletop. And we'll lift the right leg up and back. Exhale and tuck it knee to nose. Inhale, lift and open. Up pops the left hand, opposite hand. Exhale, tuck in knee and elbow. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, open. If you wish, you can reach your hand back and grasp the ankle. It's a bit of a challenge to the balance. Kick the ankle into the palm, lift the heart, breathe. When you're ready to come out, slowly lower down. You can roll through the spine, roll through the shoulders and neck. And change sides. Inhale, left leg up and back, right arm. Exhale, tuck it in. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lift. You can also roll through the ankle and the wrist. Exhale, reach around behind and grasp the ankle and the palm. Lift and breathe deeply. When you're ready, come back to center and we'll come on back to our kneeling posture. Hips forward, rotating the hands back one at a time to catch on the heels. Lift the heart, press the hips forward, and we'll come on out. Let's press back to a downward facing dog and pedal it up. Hop forward, inhale and halfway lift. Exhale, step on the palms if you're open enough. If not, you can just hang forward and grasp the elbows. Inhale and lift it up high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Now I'm turning the mat to face you so you can see me from the front. We'll inhale and lift the hands. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. We're going to start to ground down through the sole of the left foot and move the right foot forward and back. For more, you can circle your right knee, drawing big large circles with that knee, and roll through the ankle. You can also involve the hands and circle through the wrists as well. Also reverse the direction of the circles. It's okay if you wobble a little bit. We're challenging the balance here. On an exhale, send the leg back behind you and come into your balancing stick or your warrior three. Focus the gaze on one point in front of you. You can see I had a little wind here. Almost caused me to lose my balance, but I barely caught it. Come on back to center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the hips. And then see if we can grasp the toes with the peace fingers and extend that foot out forward. You can also grasp the ankle or the outer edge of the foot. For me, peace fingers are the most comfortable, and then we can also draw the foot out to the side. Again, the wind was gusting a bit. I lost my balance. That's okay. That happens. We're all human. I thought about editing these out, these little bloopers, but I decided to leave them in just to show that it's okay and perfectly normal to make mistakes. And we have to be easy on ourselves on and off the mat. Extend the foot out. And then we'll bring the sole of the foot to the inside of the thigh and come on into our tree pose. You can lift the hands up high overhead. You can roll or circle through the wrists and come on down. I wanted to try tree pose one more time because I felt like my earlier version was pretty unsteady. And the wind. I decided to remove the cover on top of my mat. I wanted to try going into tree pose with no hands. And I was struggling a little bit. That happens sometimes, and that's okay. You can do your own variations in tree pose. So, changing sides, ground down through the sole of the right foot. Imagine that there's roots growing down from the bottom of your foot into the earth to anchor you. And then, again, we'll proceed with our tapping or moving through the left leg. Circling forward and back. Drawing that knee in large circles, we can involve the hands and arms as well. Rolling through wrists and ankles. Lift as high as you can and then exhale and send that leg back behind you. Whoa. Try that one again. Inhale and lift, circle, exhale. Warrior 3, balancing stick. Stay and breathe. Slowly as you can, lower down. Three-legged dog. It's interesting to look at your leg from that perspective. Slowly lower down and rise up. You can roll the shoulders when you get to the top. Hands on the hips. And now we'll grasp that knee. Circle it around. Try not to just dump the weight of the knee into your hand, but use the active strength of your leg to move it around up here. And then we'll bring these fingers to the toes and extend out. These feel a little tight today. Just keep trying. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can have a slight bend to the knee. Play with it. Just do the best you can today. It's always available for you to revisit another day or even later the same day. Now you can bring that leg out one more time and then bring the sole of the foot to the inner thigh, hands to the heart, and lift up into your tree pose. Picture your favorite tree. Try to embody the qualities of your very favorite tree. and sway in the breeze so it doesn't feel so scary to fall out of it. Inhale and lift and sink down into chair pose. Sink down a little further into your imagined seat. Exhale, fold forward, lift the hips. Sway side to side, grasp the elbows. And swing the hands up and back behind us. Inhale, bend the knees. Back up into chair pose. Move a little deeper into that chair. Lift the heart and the hands a little higher. Exhale, fold forward, hands come up and back. Inhale one more time. Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to the mat. We'll walk ourselves back to downward facing dog. Inhale and lift the leg up and back, roll it around. If you wish, you can come on into your wild thing. Back to down dog. Repeat on the other side. From wild thing, you can actually find your way all the way back into your version of wheel. It may not be perfect. You need to have an exit strategy, or you might do what I did and fall on the ground. Back to downward facing dog. Cross the ankles behind us and allow the feet to pop out in front, coming into a Sukhasana, easy seated posture. Sitting up tall, take a couple deep breaths here. Just checking to make sure the camera was still rolling, which it was. If you like lotus, you can bring your feet into a lotus pose, or you can just stay with your easy seat. And we'll roll, circle the heart. Just kind of winding down after all that work. Preparing for our floor segment. My dogs wanted out, so I let them back out. I fast forwarded this section for you. Inhale and lift the heart. Exhale. Come into an easy twist. Just lower the hands down to one side. Hands at the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Lower the hands down to the other side. Coming back to center. We have one foot that's already in toward the groin. We're going to bring that around the outside of the sit bones, and the top foot is going to come over to the outside of the knee. We'll inhale and lift the hands, exhale and twist in the direction of the standing up knee. Breathe deeply here. A fun way to come out of this twist is to do that. Twirl around and you find yourself in the opposite position. Inhale, exhale. Back hand is on the mat near the base of the spine. Try to sit up tall and breathe. Spinal twist. Extend the feet out front. Press the hands into the mat beside the hips. Shake and tap the feet into the mat for circulation through the legs. You can also shake out the hands and wrists and roll through the hands and wrists. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale and lift the hands up high. Exhale and fold forward. You can grasp the foot or you can anchor anywhere else on the leg that's comfortable for your body. Soften into the pose. You can tap or squeeze the muscles of the leg on the way up. Shake the feet. Change sides. Inhale and lift. Exhale and fold. Tap the muscles. Say thank you for all that hard work to the muscles. Inhale and lift. Exhale and fold. Paschimottanasana. Think about the spine lengthening forward and stretching as much as the legs. On your way up, tap and massage the legs. You can arch back if you like, lift the hips. And then we'll move into the open book pose, Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. You can start to press the elbows into the inner knees, inner thighs, and bow forward if you like. We're going to go ahead and start to lie back now. Sitting down in supine bound angle, we're going to circle the knees into the chest, lying back, circling. Lower the feet down in front of the sit bones. You can press the hips up into our bridge pose. Inhale and lift the hands up high overhead. Exhale and slowly lower the spine down one vertebrae at a time and extend the feet forward. You can flip the palms up, sinking into our meditative pose, our Savasana. And you can just let it all go here. All that hard work you've already done. Now you can just let that go. Allow yourself to melt and soften. Allow yourself to feel as though you're very, very heavy and very calm. So your body is sinking down into the earth, sinking yet drifting at the same time. And just know that this deep, safe, quiet, relaxed, meditative space belongs to you. No one can take it away from you. You've created it for yourself today, and it's available to you at almost any time you need it. Anytime you need to go there, you can come back to this. When you're ready to come out, you can bring gentle movement in through fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles, and slowly roll to one side. Your bicep as your pillow. When you're ready, no rush, you can press yourself back up to your easy seated posture. May all beings be at peace. May all beings know freedom, joy, love, and happiness. Thank you for being here today. Namaste.